Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carla Reyes. I'm head of business development at Code Coven, and I'm here today with Subliminal, the development team behind Button City. The team was part of Elevate 2020 GDC Relief Fund Accelerator. So I'll hand it over to Ryan and Shondine to introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Shondine. I'm an Indigenous game developer from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm art director at our studio Subliminal and the game Button City.
And I'm Ryan. I do programming and writing on Button City, and yeah, I just make animals say quirky things, I guess.
I love that. I really personally love Button City, which I think is one of the reasons why I'm here interviewing you both today. Can you give us the general pitch for your game?
So Button City is a low-poly adventure game about a young fox who just arrived to town and about an arcade, and it's all set in this diorama world set in the sky.
And your team, Subliminal, recently transitioned into becoming a full-time game development studio. What has that journey been like for you?
It's kind of been a long one. We've been making indie games on our own as a couple for years now, and we started Button City in our spare time after work. And it kind of started growing on its own. Like, it gained a lot of traction on Twitter for us, and through some connections we were able to find like our first round of funding to really take it full time and to grow our team. And it's been great. I think that's what we've always wanted to do with our careers and to do with games. So I love it.
I love that. And I know that the game has already found quite a bit of success, as you just said. And I know you've been featured in events like the Wholesome Games Direct and PAX Online. You've also been running a Patreon during your development, right?
Yeah, we haven't done the Patreon too much lately, but it did help us build up a community and really start to listen to like what they're wanting, and like even do like little physical merch type of stuff, or just like little physical goodies, not merch, that we were sending out for a bit. But yeah, we were doing development logs and just kind of insights into the game, which grew into our Discord, and now we have a pretty healthy Discord community going on right now too.
That's great. Do you think that there's been even more traction with the wholesome games trend due to the pandemic? And I know there's been a lot in the news recently about the connection between how games can foster mental health and just provide people with that outlet. So have you seen that within the wholesome game scene?
I definitely think so. Also, it seems like maybe like even like a year or two ago, wholesome games wasn't even really like a visible concept. And there's so many creators that I know are that are making cute games, are having a lot of success, really connecting to players. I think that's one of the things that we've been noticing. People have just been coming out and saying how much they enjoy the characters, how much they enjoy playing games that make them feel good. And I think that's really been important for people the past year.
Definitely. And I love how much life is really breathed into the characters, which makes each one really unique and memorable. So what was the vision behind your narrative and character creation?
It's kind of a collaborative process. I would come up with the character designs and then pass them off to Ryan. We'd come up with a personality bit together, but Ryan does most of the writing for them.
A lot of like our inspirations were things like just like almost straight to VHS movies from the 90s, just kind of like cheesy, wholesome, but not necessarily like all the tropes of them, but like we initially started out with that feel, and initially like the game was much smaller, where it was like just a single quest line, like, oh no, I lost my keys in a claw machine, and there's a sequence to get them back to go home and play video games. But then it kind of evolved into this kind of bigger thing about like friends and saving the arcade and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been kind of a explorative journey for the story, for sure.
Yeah, and that's super important now because we're in this time really looking to a lot of nostalgia, and I fully agree with the message and mission of Save the Arcade. We really need to do that. Cool. So what's next for Subliminal?
So yeah, right now we're going to be finishing up Button City, hopefully this year. And then we're exploring like what our future games are going to be as well. I don't know. We're still pretty much focused on Button City right now, though.
Mhm.
Absolutely. That's really cool. And who's your favorite character in the game?
So my favorite character is Cilantro. She's a little conspiracy detective raccoon. Think of like Nancy Drew mixed with Fox Mulder. We drew a lot from like X-Files. We're super inspired by kind of like that spooky aura, but like a kid getting into it and really taking it kind of far and being really imaginative. So she's kind of like a little foil to a lot of the other characters in the game.
That's really sweet. Cilantro is really cute. And you, Ryan?
For me, I would have to say Sorrel, although Cilantro is great. So Sorrel, she's this like really hype cat. She is always there to be kind of like the hype person for the group, you know, and she's really into like metal yoga and just pushing her friends forward. And she's just this ball of energy, and is the leader of the little gang of kids that you're part of, and she brings you into the group. And she's just a ton of fun. And yeah, I don't know. She's super great. Just kind of like a fiery passion in her, which is fun.
I love that. So, and are you team Tough Fluffs or Fluff Squad?
Oh, I can't decide. I feel like I want to be a tough fluff.
I'm a tough fluff in my heart, but I don't know if I could actually pull it off. Yeah, the tough fluffs, they're like they have like the tough aesthetic, but they're like kind of like the kindest kids, you know, like they're the ones like out like helping the community and like really lifting everybody up. So I want to be a tough fluff at the very least. But the Fluff Squad is really great too.
That's great. And oh, you mentioned merch earlier, actually. So if anyone's interested, where can we find the character merch and everything like that?
So we don't have any yet, but we do have some digital freebies on our website. So if you go to buttoncitygame.com, you should be able to find stuff. And when we do merch, you'll be able to find it there as well.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Ryan and Shandine, for joining us today. We're really excited about Button City. And should everyone just be able to check out the website and the demo on Steam?
Yeah, wishlist us on Steam and follow us on Twitter.
Great. Thanks so much.